Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Expedition Vikings. Expeditions Viking. Ah, my lord, I always get it wrong. But we've got a couple of places to go and see. Ooh. As you come around a copse of trees, you spy a form of a man in the distance. He seems to be struggling with something large on the ground. Observe. For a while, he finishes what he was working on the ground, and he then begins to haul a tall pole into upright position, and it's then the grisly truth becomes apparent. Ah, we know this one. We'll approach. This is a dire task in the making, whoever he is. A great wrong has been done to him. As you approach, the man ceases his toil to face you. His hands and arms are covered in blood, and his face is set with a grim determination. Leave me to my work. What are you doing? This is an innate pole. It's a powerful curse. Not solemnly. Igmir took up a beloved friend from me too soon and without grief or guilt. He refused to face justice of a duel, so I am raising this Nidpole against him for his cowardice. Who was your friend? A sweet hound who had not yet seen his first winter, a companion given by my sister. I shall stay and watch. The pole is raised, stuck fast in the gruesome bed of the headless mare's chest. With a deliberate care, he turns the visage atop it towards the stead. Here I set up the Nidpole, and this curse I turn upon Igmir. This curse I turn also on the wights who dwell in this land, that they may all wander astray, not reach or find their home till they have driven Igmir from this land. And he kneels and begins to carve the runes into the pole, expressing the form of the curse. It is done. Okay, well, I'm not going to carve up that. No, we're just going to leave. It was just something to observe. We've already seen that one before, though, interestingly. 28 wood, quite nice. Another 28 wood. Any of these occupied? Medium food, very bad shelter. We could go up to this clearing, I think. We'll scout around a little bit. Are you sure you want to leave the campaign map and enter the forest clearing campsite? Yes. Yes, I am. We are stupidly rich. 9,000 valuables. I am most pleased with this. Alright, we're pretty much just going to do the same thing. 2 meat will spoil. That means Roskva can help with that. There we go. We've got a redonkulous amount of rations now. I'm really pleased with that. And most people are fairly pleased with this as well. A couple of people are indifferent, but most are loyal or pleased, which I'm extremely, extremely proud of. It's taken us a while to get all of that working out, but we're going to increase the security. The probability range of how much food at this campsite will decrease when you hunt it. Yeah, we're going to probably get rid of quite a lot of the food, unfortunately, but oh well. I'm passing a decent amount of time, and that means that our 2 meat was gone, probably eaten by our herd, yeah. But we've gained a lot of rations. But we're going to probably see the blacksmith ready very, very soon, which I'm pleased with. Let's just double check. 1 day, 14 hours, it's fine. Let's go and grab... Oh, faint sickly sweet stench of carrion hangs in the wind. Ahead you see the dark forms of crows flapping eagerly against the pale sky. As you approach, you find signs of battle and blood-soaked soil. Several bodies litter the area, and dark birds have begun their feast. Stay and investigate. Decide to search the area, which raised voices and flailing arms you chase away the crows who take wing with raucous protest. Then you set about your grim task. Though you search for a while, you find little to implicate who the warriors once were. You do, however, think that you might be able to salvage some of their arms and armour, lest the elements claim good steel and sturdy hide. Roskva dusts off her hands and looks at you, barrow-furrowed. If you're thinking to take from the dead, you would do well to remember the whites. All that we see here belongs to them. Take if you wish, but do not steal. We will scavenge and leave an offering. You uncover an intact piece of equipment, worn but serviceable. As payment to the spirits of the land, you leave an offering of silver behind. That's fine. I'm completely okay with trading money for salvage or hides. There we go. Let's have a look at what we just got. Just a broad axe. That's fine. We'll salvage it. There we go. We didn't really uncover too much around here, though. I must say I'm not particularly happy with that one. Let's wander around a little bit. Can we not wander around a little bit? Can I not specifically wander around? That is most ungood. Most ungood. Got any places down here, maybe? I mean, I'm not going to just wander from campsite to campsite that we've already cleared out. I would much prefer Well, that being said, I guess it isn't terribly bad. Especially if we get little events like that now and then. Just mostly just passing a few days. What I'll do is I'll pass these days in silence, and I shall bring you back should something interesting occur. But most of the time we're going to just be spent preserving and preparing medicines and the like. So nothing too important for now. So see you when we're ready to end the campaign and move on to the next section of the game. Okay, that didn't take very long. Our homestead, the armor has been completed. Now, I don't think we're going to get the next thing before we run out of time for this campaign. So I'm just going to set that up, and then we're going to make a beeline for our homestead and call it there. Now, we cannot get any more medicine made, which is a bit of a problem. I mean, Roskva can happily preserve some stuff, and she can even hunt, as it happens. So maybe I'll have you hunt all the way through the day. 1 meat will spoil in this camp. Can you preserve? There we are. Assign to tasks that yield no result. Oh. Scouting then it is. There we go. Also assign to tasks that don't... Oh, my lord. Well, you know what then? Just rest, I guess. Let's see. You could hunt in some of the slots. There we are, actually. Perfect. Could we... I guess you'll guard then. Anyone else who needs anything? No, I think we're fairly good. We're going to produce a decent chunk of meat, but it's clear enough that I'm going to need more people assigned to preserving food. We've got a lot of rations now, which is actually pretty awesome. But before we do anything else, time for us to have a look at this. Now, we've got 20 out of 100 power. I would very much like to get some prosperity. So we're actually going to go for, well, that's power, prosperity, the sacrificial bog. Rations aren't particularly high for us. I think the herbal glade would be the one for us so that we get extra herbs, which we can then turn into medicines. Sure, okay, the herbal glade generates herbs. I would have liked to have gone for the sacrificial bog, honestly, but dedicating to appeasing the spirits and celebrating the gods, well... No, we're going to go with that one simply for the flavour. That's what I would prefer. I would prefer the flavour from that one. How long will this take us to get? 2 prosperity, only 3 days. We could get it down to 1 day with 1 thrall. Actually, okay then. We are going to go for that. And we're going to get something else built up as well. That should not be hard at all. In fact, a good chunk of it will be done just in this camp. That's fantastic. But it's clear enough I do need to work harder on getting people able to preserve meat. Because right now we're doing really well. But it's clear enough that we need a little bit more. Okay, let's go and grab what we find out and about and around. There we are, another 6 wood. And straight back into the camp, where we're going to last a little while longer. Morale of your herdmen affects their physical and mental resistance, so try to keep everybody happy. You know what? We might have seen that it wasn't the helmet that was preventing the stunning, but simply Nephew's high happiness with everything. That might well have been the case. 11 meat is going to spoil this time. So, we need more people. Well, drat, we can't. We don't have enough people to do that. That's rather unsettling. I could have you scouting instead then of hunting. Can I get you scouting over there and hunting here? No. Okay, well, that'll do then. That'll have to do, I guess. Can you preserve? No. Yeah, we definitely need to get some more people preserving. I've got a couple of points on a few people. You've got some points. Can I get you any preserving? I don't want to take my main scout out of that, though. Let's see. You've got 7 points. Sure, you've already got preserving, though, haven't you? Yes, you've already got preserving, but you do not. Let's pop some points into this, then. That'll do. That will, in fact, do. So we're going to have you preserve meat instead. We can't do any more preserving there. That's fine. Actually, we've got a couple of points. Let's have a look around. You've got 14 points. No, I wanted something that was 15 for you. So we're going to continue waiting on that, but we will see in the near future what we can do with that. Right. Ooh, banner's upgrade has been completed. Fantastic. In the morning, as your herd are packing down the camp and preparing to move, you notice a hole in the bottom. Oh, really? More of my rations? You scallywags. Maybe that's the way the game just keeps you from having stupid amounts of rations. Because we did make quite a lot there, to be fair. We'll have to see how many rations we had. We had like 130 or something. If we're down to like 60 or 70, I'm going to be most disappointed. Most bitterly disappointed. No, we're fine. Okay. Right, there's low food in this area now. Fine. Let's go ahead and choose the next component there. We've already got the banners, which is great. Roads, which would be good for prosperity. A pier, which would be very nice for power. No, I think we're going to go for the sacrificial bog. There we go. It'll take one week, or we can get it down to 3 days. We'll just get it down to 5 days. That's fine. There we go. 15th of March, the 17th of March. So yes, we now need to be making our way away from here. You've been hiking for a few hours when up ahead you notice two people traveling in the same direction as you, albeit at a slower pace. The older of the two, a man with hollow cheeks and a scar across his lips, steps in front of his companion. Move along, we don't want trouble. I'm going to examine them. Their homespun clothes and dank and dirty from the road and devoid of colour or design, they have lean strength of people accustomed to hard work and meagre fare. You seem to be travelling a hard path. Who are you? I mean, more things would be useful. Thrall, sorry. More things. No, that would be terrible. You seem to be travelling a hard path. Who are you? Travellers down on their luck. We want nothing from you. Please, just leave us alone. You're thralls, aren't you? Escaped, most likely. His dismay, his pain, he's painted in broad strokes across his aging face. We're freed men. We just want to find a fresh beginning for ourselves. That's too early in the day to be taking thralls. Your road is a tough one. Take this, it will help. His surprise is evident as he accepts your offering. His weathered face relaxes into a sincere and heartfelt smile. Thank you. His kindness is too much. Thank you. You take your leave of the pair in high spirits, bolstered by their gratitude. Wherever they are going, they will at least have food for the coming leg of their journey. Yoink. 1 pine shield? Fantastic. We are being rewarded for our generosity. Okay. And that shield is immediately going to be salvaged. Womp. Right. Let us be on our way. The forest on the outskirts of your homestead. No. We want our actual homestead. Let's get there. 9 hours. We will arrive just in time. Glorious. There we go. 16th. And the end is the 17th, I do believe. Alright, Roskva, you're coming back with us. Slifir and Edis, all of the people from the town are coming with us here. Yeah. Okay, it is now time for us to wrap things up a little bit and begin the next leg of our epic journey. I should have gone and made myself tea between the last recording and this one. Dread. It's the worst thing in the world when you reach for your teacup and feel that it is shockingly light. Distressingly light, one could say. Okay, let's have a look around. Are things being upgraded? Yeah, look at our little palisade going. I'm liking it. Can we chat with you? I imagine we can. Got some banners around, maybe? Let's have a look. Banners, yeah. Our little gathering area out there. Have we got other stuff going on? Ooh. Oh, this has been nicely upgraded. I like it. I like it a lot. Got the farms as well. Yeah, things are coming together at our little homestead here. Things are coming together. And we're going to have a sacrificial bog down here, which is going to be great. Your greedy followers have lost morale. Well, shush you. Let's have a talk with people. Hey, Loxel, what can I do for you? How about this weather, huh? Yes, the frost has lasted a very long time this year. This time last year, the snowdrops had already started sprouting. At least the forge keeps me warm. so my work isn't impaired much. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Let's go and have a chat with some more of our people. But I like the fact that the town does change over time. God not, Aavak. Out and about at this hour. I'm preparing to mount an expedition to the west. Everything interesting happened while I've been busy? Well, Yogdis has been wringing her hands more than usual about her daughter's illness. I heard you got something for that, though. I hope it helps. So how about this weather? It's been better. It's been worse. The wife is none too happy about the cold, but I'm always glad to warm. I see you're making the best of a less than good situation. Well done you. Very well. I'm preparing to mount an expedition to the west. Aye, so I've heard. I'd join you if I could, but you know how it is with my leg. Perhaps for the best. We can't empty the village completely of menfolk. That's true at that. We'll help your mother watch over the clan while you're away. I should get on with it. Okay, well, it's time, I think, to go and chat with my mother as it happens. Oh, it's been a long time coming. I'm really liking the way that the homestead is starting to look, though. It's really, really starting to come into its own. Okay. Long loading screen is long. Hello, Rurik. Rurik greets you with a smile as always, but it's not reflected in his eyes. How's it going, brother? I'm being kept busy, but it's going well. Let's talk later. Oh, okay. Short but sweet. Right. It's time for us to talk with our mother. Looks like things are really coming together. Thorfinn has already laid down the hull of the new ship. Aavak, was it? Indeed it was. And I see you've recruited a full crew. They seem like a solid bunch. Are you ready to begin the real preparations? We have a lot to do if you're to set sail when the ice is gone. You won't have more time to roam around the countryside. Yes, I think it is time. End the campaign. All uncompleted optional content in Denmark will become unavailable once you end the campaign. Are you sure you wish to do this? Wait, I'm super indecisive. Calling of the sea. No, we're fine. End the campaign. End. We've been waiting a long time for this. Oh, I'm liking the drum beat. Party selection. Okay, Roskova. What? I just... Oh, right. I can dismiss people from here? No, I want everyone. You'll all come with me. You won't be able to manage your party after this point. Make sure you're happy with your selection before you proceed. Oh, so I could get rid of people I didn't like. Oh, that's brutally harsh. Brutally harsh. Though I suppose... Oh, actually, that does make sense. For example, if you're building a specific type of herd, like, I'm going to take all of the people that we've got right now. But if you, for example, I guess, didn't want Kettle around because he's peaceful, you could drop him at this point. But no, I'm actually quite happy with what we've got. Let's confirm. We can't exclude ourselves. We can't say, I've changed my mind, I'm not going, but you guys totally are. Have a good trip. Bring back lots of wealth and glory for Skjern. I will be comfortable in my alehouse. Homestead Sacrificial Bog has been completed. Well, one would assume so. Clan prosperity has increased. Everyone is gathered on the shore to watch as your beautiful new longship, oh, look at it, it is pretty, is launched. A Strider takes in the scene with the kind of pride only a mother can display. If only Bjorn were here to see this. Your herd gathered in front of your ship. He would be so proud. I will find him, Mother. I'll find out what happened. Well, I don't know. Let's not cling to the past. I will find out what happened to my father, but I'm not going to bring that up right now. It seems like that would imply that my mind was mostly on things that had happened rather than things that are going to happen. We should always be moving forward. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I feel like the whole world is at my feet. We'll return soon, and we'll bring back the means to build a strong clan. I think we're going to go with this one. As much as I am looking forward to being able to go and raid the unprotected coasts of Britain, I'm doing it to improve the clan, not out of some sort of wanderlust. Maybe a little wanderlust. Mostly for the clan, a little bit wanderlust. She reaches out to run a hand across your chin. I believe in you. We all do. Now, goodbyes only get more difficult the longer you put them off. May the winds of the gods fill your sails, my son. New quest. Viking. Okay, I've got to board my ship. I've got to talk to loads of people. Calling of the Sea is finished. Okay, let's have a look. You have everything you need to prepare your expedition. Once you commit to this, there is no turning back. Talk to Astrida to end the campaign. Well, we've already done that. We can work on the next thing in our homestead, though. Have we got everything done now? The pier, the pier would be nice. Extra 4 power. Roads would also be nice. Extra 4 prosperity. 21 and 20 is a pretty nice place to be. Mead Hall or Stronghold? Mead Hall, Stronghold, Mead Hall, Stronghold. As much as I feel that we obviously do want power, I feel that we shouldn't sacrifice everything for it. We're going to go for a mead hall. It's going to give us a lot of prosperity over time. So yeah, it's going to take us 100 wood. It'll take 2 weeks to complete. Oh man, we should have actually had that one started, shouldn't we? We should have gone with that one instead of whilst we pass time, just pick the longest one we could. On that note, how long would that take? That'll take 1 week as well. 4 power and 75 valuables weekly. No, we're going to get the meat hall. And I'm going to actually use all 3 of our thralls to get it done. Well, no, 2 of our thralls, I think. Well, each one only really knocks off 2 days, I guess. Yeah, sure, we'll use all 3. There we go. 1 week, 1 day remaining. Maybe we can buy some more thralls, or take more thralls whilst we're out and about. Okay. Wow, the town does look different, doesn't it? When it isn't winter. Very well. Let's go and speak with Ketil. You find Ketil next to several sacks of equipment on the shore, exchanging a few last parting words with Lotter and Sigurdur. Sigurdur pulls Ketil in for a warm embrace. Her eyes glisten in the morning sun. Take care of yourself out there, kid. Lotter, we're both really proud of you. Wish I could go with you, but Sig wouldn't survive without me. I'll wait for them to finish. Sigurd laughs heartily while wiping away her tears, nearly poking out an eye in the process. He's awful, but he's right. We are proud of you. It takes great courage to follow your friends into danger. Lotter, you've become a hell of a hunter. Not as good as my wife, of course, but I know you'll keep everyone well fed. Ketil crosses his arms and grins at Lotter. And it's good your wife is such a skilled hunter, too, old man. You'd starve to death without me. While Ketil and Lotter exchange ever less subtle insults to make each other laugh, Sigurdur tugs gently on your sleeve and pulls you away for a hushed appeal. I told Ketil to watch out for you. Now I'm telling you to watch out for him. Ketil is like a brother to me. Your father was the strongest warrior I've ever known. His men loved him, and he'd undertaken countless journeys in his life. Whatever he found over there, it claimed his life regardless. You, Ketil, Nefja, you're all so young. I know you probably feel invincible, but you need to watch out for each other. We're not the ones who need to watch out. It's whoever we meet on those islands. The journey will be perilous. Everyone must be able to look out for themselves. You must accept the truth that this may be the last time you see Ketil. I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to willingly let any harm come to my childhood friend. Thank you. Hearing you say that makes me feel a lot better. May the wind carry you safely home. Sigurdur walks back to Lotter and Ketil for a few more parting words and another hug. At last it looks like everything that needed saying has been said, and Ketil extracts himself from his mentors to join you again. I didn't expect it to be so easy to say goodbye. I don't think Sigurdur and Lotter found it quite so easy. This goodbye is not forever. We'll be back soon enough. This place has always been too small for us. Our journey is long overdue. I'm going to say I don't think they found it as easy to say goodbye. They'll be fine. It'll take them a little while to get used to my absence, but then everything will return to normal, I'm sure. Well, I'll get my things on board. See you on the ship when you're ready. Oh, that's cool. So they're all gonna, like, board the ship one at a time, possibly. Let everyone say their goodbyes. Board your longship. I want to actually check. Have I gotten any... No, I didn't get any extra bloody stuff for that. Damn it. Aggressive, conceited, cooperative, pessimistic. Aggressive, honourable, skeptical, independent. Peaceful, cunning, greedy, optimistic. Aggressive, open-minded, greedy, optimistic. Cunning, superstitious, greedy, independent. Aggressive, altruistic, optimistic, honourable. It's interesting that both of my spear maidens are honourable. I like that. And aggressive. Well, you would have to be aggressive to have a spear as your chosen weapon, I suppose. Edith, let's have a chat. Edith's sons have been helping her haul her equipment onto the ship. Her late husband's uncle has come out to say goodbye. You boys take care of your granduncle now. Can't very well handle the farm himself. You'll need to make up for my absence. Your younger son is struggling to maintain his composure. You won't be fighting, right? Up to the thing, Thorkel. Gonna do whatever it takes to keep everyone safe. I should be going instead of you. Thorvalder is 19 winters, old enough to fight. Been over this. Not having that discussion again. Not now. Come back soon. Edith swallows hard. Back before you know it. Then you boys won't ever want for anything again. They both just snort, sort of nod and stare at their feet. Edith pulls them both in for another hug. Then she nods solemnly to her uncle-in-law and turns towards the ship. You sure they'll be alright without you here? I'm just going to say ready. I'm not going to put down in their mind. Ready as I'll ever be. Okay. Roskva. Oh, I don't think Roskva has anyone nearby. Roskva drifts like a low fog towards the beach. A single sack slung carelessly across her shoulder. She gives you a quiet nod. Where do I put my stuff? Let's see. Alright, get on the ship, make yourself at home. Anywhere you want. Is this all you have? Pretty much. One change of clothes and a whole bunch of things you don't want to know about. I shan't ask. Well, no, actually, I will ask. Got enough supplies to ply your trade? For a few weeks. Hopefully we can scrounge up some more where we're going. How did Hulda take the news? Oh, she's not really there today. I kind of didn't tell her I was leaving. Oh. Who's going back to look after her? Edith's boys promised to check on her every morning, and Dagida will visit with dinner in the evening. That's probably for the best. The crazy old crone might not let you leave. This is one time where I'm not going to side with Roskva on this one. Roskva, I'm quite fond of Roskva, but I feel that despite the strained relationship that was there because of her mentor's failing mind, that just leaving without saying anything. No, I don't think that's right, and I think she probably knows it too. Roskva stares intensely at your shoes. Yeah. Okay, yeah, she definitely does know it. Well, I'm not going to beat her up over it. She's made her choice, and I'm sure she made it with the best of intentions, but still feels a bit harsh. How do you feel? Pretty good. She looks out across the ocean. Calm, crystal blue, stretching as far as the eye can see. Never really left this village before. It's the first time for everything. I don't know if she's actually nervous or not, but I like this one actually. Don't worry, we'll look after you. Okay, so that's like, we'll protect you. Might not be her concern, but also then acknowledging that your skills are going to be highly valuable. So it's kind of coddling with one hand, but also recognizing her own abilities with the other. So yeah, we'll go with that one. She nods quietly, but her face betrays no emotion. I'll do my best. Alright, get on the ship and make yourself at home. Single, dispassionate nod. Sure. There we go. Gunnar the Peaceful. Gunnar is breathing in the salty sea air with a contented look on his face. He turns and raises a closed fist in greeting as you approach. You've chosen a good morning to sail out. Clear skies, calm water. I have no one here to say farewell to, but I know how hard it is to part for the first time. Take as long as you need. Can I trust you? Well, I wouldn't be bringing them along if I didn't think I could. Got anyone waiting for you at home? No one who expects me to return. Maybe I'll see them again one day, if they don't see me first. What do you think we'll find over there? From what I've heard, large, rich temples built right up against the coast, undefended and ripe for the picking clean. Between you and me, I hope they're not entirely undefended. I could use a good victory after the last battle. Well, fair enough. I'll be back when we're ready to set sail. He nods and turns his eyes back to the sea. My herd are just all kind of gathering up on the pier there. Right. Kveldulfer. Be careful out there. Rurik? Let's have a chat with my brother. Your brother stands on the beach with his hands folded behind his back. Sensing your presence behind him, he seems to slump. I see no hope or glory out there. When I gaze across the ocean, all I see is absence and loss. I see my little brother disappearing into the horizon on a beautiful longship with his devoted friends and Huskars, never to return. I'm going to place my hand on his shoulder. I'm sorry. You're a grown man and you're my thing now. But to me, you'll always be my little brother. The shame I feel because I dare not follow you is overwhelming. I'm not going to ask him to come with me again. He doesn't want to go, and I honestly think it's probably for the best that he doesn't. I'm not going to put him in a position where his shame needs to grow. I'll reassure him instead. You fret for no reason. You're right. Of course you're right. You've never given me any reason to doubt you, and yet I can't help but worry. He turns and pulls you into a warm embrace. Take care of yourself, Aavak. Without you, we'd all be lost. I hope that there's something I can do at some point to ease my brother's burden. He seems to worry a lot. Thorfinn. Isn't she beautiful? Strong yet fast, intimidating and with a spacious hold. I shall never build anything so impressive again. Don't say that, I'm sure you will. Adelbrun. What a ship. Indeed, I never knew Thorfinn had it in him. I'll feel bad asking him to mend my roof for now. Don't feel too bad. He really is an artist. I like that everyone appreciates the ship. Nefja. Nefja walks up to you, followed by a dark cloud. I need your help. I haven't told Mum that I'm leaving. Can you please come? You don't have to tell her. No, not after what I said about Roska. Of course I'll come with you. Thank you. I really don't think I can handle her by myself. Come on. Okay. Asleifir, I'll talk to you in a moment. I'm not going to turn down one of my closest childhood friends. Oh, I'm liking the palisade though. I feel very, very happy with what we've managed to do. I feel that our settlement is really coming along. Well, I mean, it's our homestead, really. We need to get these roads made up, though. Not happy having muddy... What? There's more stuff I can tax the barrels again. Well, know what I'm going to be doing for a little while, but I'm not going to... No, quickly. Let's keep... Sorry, nephew, sorry. Taxes, thin stuff. Nephew's mother, Bjorgdis, is standing in the doorway of her house, arms crossed, with a concerned expression on her face. Aavak, aren't you expected on the ship? Nefja has something to say to you. Nefja takes a deep breath. I'm leaving, Mum. My thing needs me. Walter's face turns very pale, very quickly. No, you can't. You have to stay here. You can't go. It's dangerous. I know it's dangerous, but I'm still going. Leave these foolish ventures to the men. Hang on now. Nephew is one of the strongest combatants in our group. Do you want to meet a pointless end in some distant land? Your sister and I need you here. Curses, Mum. You've already got Eufura. Just for once, trust that I know what's best for me. Nephew's mother turns to you. Her voice rises by at least an octave. Please, Aavak, go if you insist, but don't take my daughter. I'm not going to say that. I need her by my side. She's one of the most skilled warriors I know. I need your daughter more than you. I'm not going to say I need her more than she does, although she is amongst my closest friends. But at the same time, I'm not bringing her along just because she is a good warrior. Probably the chief reason is that she's one of my closest friends and I can trust her. But I'm not going to say that, no. I need her by my side. She's one of the most skilled warriors I know. She is not a warrior. She is my little girl. I've indulged her flights of fancy for much too long, but I will not let them take her from me. Nephew's twin sister glides up behind their mother and puts a gentle hand on her shoulder. Ephira is still clad in the night clothes, but has covered herself in 2 layers of woven blankets. Apart from her pale and spotless skin, she looks exactly like Nephew. They even wear their hair the same way. Mum, you're making a scene. Bogus turns to pull Ephira into her arms. Oh, my sweet girl, your sister wants to leave us. Ephira's voice is soft and gracious, completely lacking the forcefulness of her sister. Let her go, Mum. Nephew is meant for bigger things than this life. Yogdis makes her face like her daughter just stabbed her in the heart. How can you say that? You knew about this? I can use my leadership here, which is good, but let's have a look at the other ones. You raised a wise daughter. You should listen to them. I won't let anything happen to your daughter. You have my word. That's a promise I cannot possibly guarantee. It's a promise I can mean with everything in me, but it's still a promise I can't make. I always struggle with that because I know it's the sort of thing that people want to hear, to be reassured. But people say it with such conviction. And there's a part of me that's like, well, that conviction is what reassures them. But there's just some part of me that rebels against the idea of making a vow I can't guarantee I can honor. I can honor that I will try, but not that I will succeed. I don't have time for this. Nephew is coming with me. You can give her a proper farewell, or you can stand here and complain until we're over the horizon. What shall I be? No. This isn't just about you or me, Bjorgdis. The purpose of this expedition is to save our village and our clan. And I can't do that without your daughter. I need you to say goodbye so we can leave. I feel that is quite actually a fair leadership thing to do. I'm being forceful without being cruel about it. This is what needs to happen. But I'm not saying we are just going to go and you're going to be left here. You know, you can choose how you deal with it, but we're leaving. It's more, you need to say goodbye so we can leave. It's almost saying that, well, if you don't, we're not going to. But it's kind of understood that we are going to leave one way or another. So it's a less confrontational way of saying option 2. It seems to take the air out of her. Her lip quivers as she looks at Nephew. Then she finally pulls her daughter into a tight hug. Ephira squeezes in there with a slight smile on her face. My sweet Nephew, you've become such a strong and beautiful woman. Yogdas releases her daughter and takes one step back. My heart breaks to see you leave, but your father would be so proud of you. I know I'll see you again. Nephew is doing an admirable job of not crying. I love you, Mum. She turns to Ephira and pulls her braid lightly. And you too, you insufferable brat. I'll bring your daughter home in good condition. Oh my lord. What a way to say that. We'll see you again in a few months. Nephew hugs both of them again before you set off back towards the beach. She turns several times on the way to wave happily at the two of them. Thank you for this. Nothing to thank. That was sweet. I know some people in the comments have actually voiced. You go ahead. Tell us, Leafer, I'll be there soon. Taxes, things, stuff. But I know some people have mentioned in the comments that sometimes I spend a long time talking through the options when sometimes it's even clear which one I've decided to take. But I like sharing the reasoning behind the options because for me a game like this is a lot about roleplay. There's the min-maxing side of it you can do, where you're just picking options based on what's clearly the best game option, what's clearly the most efficient thing to do at any one point. But I tend to play these games, I like to feel them out in my head and actually try to be in that moment and try to imagine the sort of emotions and well, to role play. I like to role play in role-playing games. I hope that it isn't too frustrating. I know it can take a little bit more time to get anything done as a result, but hopefully it adds to the narrative rather than takes away from it. For me, as I've mentioned, I often build my characters up through their actions. Like, I don't set out with okay, I'm always going to pick this option. I will always be, I'll always be kind to children, and I will always pick the honorable option. I try to go through things, and I'll just see what options come up. And the first couple are largely based on my own feelings. But as the result of every action is kind of added into the narrative, is woven into the story, I get to learn a little bit more about the character that I'm playing, along with playing the character. It's not predetermined. I learn as much about the character from picking the options or seeing the options that are there and then feeling out what option I think my character would go for. Right now, I'm investigating all of the things that have changed. Also taxing the barrels, of course, but this would be the sacrificial bog, I imagine. Your grandfather erected this stone. The runes read, Aikens Yaldi made this monument in memory of Svanhwit, the grace of Skien. Okay, so this is not the sacrificial bog. This is a grave. Ada still keeps the candles burning on Aldva's grave, a decade after disease took him. That's sweet. You still remember when your father brought home Holman's body? Nefia wasn't allowed to train with you for almost a year afterwards, but she still came in secret. Ah. Right, so that would be Nefia's father, perhaps? That's the edge of the map. Oh, where's the bog? Oh, it'll be over here, won't it? Yes, of course. Yes. I know my own homestead. Don't know what you're talking about. I know where I'm going. Let's have a look around. A couple of things more to tax. A couple places to investigate. There I am. No children are training at the moment because they're all out waiting for me to go and talk to his Leafer and then set sail. But on the topic, coming back to the little bit of story we had there with Nefia's mother, I actually really do like the writing in this game. As much as there are some things about the game which do feel a little bit clunky, it's mostly in the mechanics. Or, well, not even the mechanics, but I'll be honest, the biggest issues I've encountered with the game, and they're not big issues per se, but the biggest ones I've encountered in the game have tended to be... Oh, is that a trader that I could have traded with? Oh, okay. Tend to be more around the UI. And this would be the sacrificial bog. Have we set it up properly? Or is it just like this? I guess. I mean, okay. I don't really see much difference, but I don't recall what it once looked like too clearly, so it could well have changed a lot. Let's go and see. Is anyone around? No, it doesn't look like. Okay, well, that seems to be the last for us, so it's time for us to go and speak with Aslifir, the final person that we need to chat with. Oh, yes, more taxes as well. Got to collect the taxes. Just wouldn't do for the thing to forget his taxes. It's how we keep the homestead. Well, it's not so much protected as much as me filthy rich, actually. Right, where am I? There I am. Fantastic. F will center on your character. We've actually got quite a few herbs, aren't there? Well, 3, I suppose. It's not that many, but still, time to talk with Aslifir. Aslifir is talking to Olbjorn and Grimkel. The conversation falls silent when you enter earshot. Olbjorn, it's a fine ship Thorfinn built. She's sure to carry you safely across the sea. Aslifir nods approvingly. It's a beautiful ship indeed. Thorfinn's craftsmanship has brought honours to us all. Is your family not here? My family is not pleased about recent events. They wish for me to stay here to help the farm and protect the clan. My father and I have settled matters already. I saw no reason for him to be here now. Very well. The ship is fine, yes, but it's the crew that will make it strong. Grimkel and Olbjorn seem to contemplate this for a moment, as Leifa nods sagely. Well said. There's no telling what will be over there, but with me as your bannerman, you have nothing to fear. Oh, wait a second now. Well then. Strong you may be. You are certainly one of the strongest, but yeah, don't let that get to your head. That strength alone does not a bannerman make. Humility is a pretense. I speak what I believe to be the truth. You know what? Never change, as Leifa. Actually, I kind of like it. I was just parting with my friends. I'm ready to leave when you are. Well, that would be now then. Okay, it's time for us to go. Oh, more taxes! Yes! 20 more valuables. I will, of course, leave them with my mother to take care of everything. We don't need to take valuables with us. We're bringing valuables back. But that seems to be it. It's time for us to leave. You stand at the bow and court your crew. Everyone is on board now. No, they're not. Getting acquainted with the ship, running hands over wood, tugging at ropes. Those who have shields slide them into the slots along the railing. Sacks of personal belongings are stashed below the boards. Finally, they pick their seats according to size and arm strength. And turn to you, waiting. You can no longer postpone it. You need to pick a bannerman. Ah, there we go. The title of bannerman denotes the most trusted member of your herd, your second in command, who you can expect to deal with a little more often than other members of your herd. I think we know who's going to be. It's going to be Nefia. And it isn't simply that Nefia is my childhood friend, though that is a big part of it, because, again, your bannerman is your most trusted. It's someone you truly believe will have your back. And I'll be honest, I don't think that Leifa would cross me. That has been settled. That confrontation with Leifa previously, I don't think that is part of this. I think Leifa and I put that to bed. He was defeated, and he accepted that. As he's a fairly straightforward kind of warrior. He, live by the sword, die by the sword. No kind of duplicitousness about him, I don't think. So I would trust him. And he certainly is one of the stronger people here. But in terms of actual abilities, I would say that Nefia is quite possibly one of the more dangerous members of my herd. She is very capable in combat. Obviously, we have a good relationship with Roskva. Ketil and I differ in a lot of different ways in the way we see things. We are childhood friends, and that's probably what keeps us close. But we don't see eye to eye as much as I would like. Whereas Roskva, Leifa, and Nefia and I do tend to, or at least the ways that we disagree are overshadowed by the ways that we tend to agree. Gunnar, there's no way that you'd be my bannerman. You raided the village. We took you on as a member of the herd because I trust you enough to know what's good for you. And also I kind of like you. You've got an interesting character. But my most trusted, lieutenant? No, that's not you. I think the ultimately the choice does come down to Leifa or Nefia. But whereas I believe and I truly trust that Leifa would fight for me, I think Nefia would die for me. As much as I wouldn't want that eventuality to come out of that, but that is the thing that decides the bannerman here for me out of these two people. So it's Nefia. Nefia stands and grasps your arm firmly. Pride shines brightly from her face. I will serve you well, Aavak. I will follow you into Valhalla if I must. You have my word. And that's what I mean. That is, she didn't even need to say it. I already believed it. So there we are. Okay. Friends and family are still gathered further up the shore, out of earshot of casual conversation, but close enough to hear any rousing pep talk you might attempt. Oh no. Thankfully though, I've got good sense. I feel that my character should choose this, not me. I feel that my character maybe would do a better job. But okay, never been one for big speeches. Let's get going before the weather turns. No. Our enemies would see us robbed of our land and cast under their dominion. They think us weak. They think they have us cornered. For too long, we have sat meekly by, trusting in old laws to protect us. What are the other ones? Thank you for all joining me on this expedition. None of you owe me your allegiance. Most of you have reasons to stay behind. Yet you've chosen to leave your home and your loved ones and follow me into great danger in a distant land. This expedition has been many months in the making, but the time for talk and deliberation is over. Out there, in the land across the sea, we will find great riches, and we will plunder every last bit of it. No. As I said to my mother, I will come back and I will make a strong clan. This is for the clan. We're leaving here not for riches. That's not my intent. Probably it's kettles, though. But I'm going to say this. I think I'm not going to dwell on the fact that I'm not going to thank them for joining the expedition. I hope my thanks are obvious enough. I'm not going to say they don't owe me their allegiance because I'm their friend. They kind of do, actually. Most of them do have reasons to stay behind. I'm not going to dwell on what they've chosen to leave behind in order to follow me. I'm going to lay out our reasons for going on this. The people nod at each other and murmur their agreement. I will not squander the trust you've placed in me. Your lives and your health are my main concern. We're all hoping for wealth and glory, but what use are such things if we are not alive and well to enjoy them? We will not take the wealth we find because it is our right. They will surely not give it up willingly. We will take it from them with sword and spear because we're stronger than them. We are not raiders set out to pillage and steal. Across the sea we will find a great kingdom. We will secure an alliance with the king and return here with such might that no one will ever dare to strike us again. No, that's not what we're going for. So it's really between these two. This is effectively what we're going for. And this is... well, true as well. I will not squander the trust you placed in me. No, we're going to go with 2. We're going to set out what we're going to be doing. We're going to take from them with sword and spear because we're stronger than them. Some of your crew members raise their weapons in the air and release something akin to a battle cry in enthusiastic approval. All of us on this ship, from today onwards, we are brothers and sisters in arms. We must watch out for each other, and we will be called upon to risk our lives for each other. As long as we stand together, we will return safely. The gods do not favour the cautious, so today we seize our own fate. Just as each of us will ultimately travel alone to Valhalla, we must all find the strength within ourselves to face whatever dangers await us. It will be dangerous, we may not all of us return, but greatness has never been achieved without risk. Those of us who prevail will be rewarded with great glory, and the gods will take good care of those who fall. See, I'm more inclined towards this one over over this one that says we're all on our own, because that isn't what I want here. But this, whereas the previous one's, oh yeah, well, you know, some of us might not live. This one actually says, well, those of us who don't live, the gods will care for you. The gods will witness what you've done and what you were trying to do. And so I actually think that one's quite nice. But I'm going to go for the first one. I'm not going to dwell on the possibility of us dying. Never planned to lose. The crew is standing up now and patting each other heavily on the shoulders. The crowd on the shore is clapping and shouting accolades. Whatever you were before, you are now Vikings. A final ear-shattering burst of clapping, stomping, whooping and banging of weapons erupts as you finish your speech. The crowd seems to be competing with your crew to make the most noise. The ruckus is barely reduced as you take your seat and signal for your herdmen to seize their oars and take the ship out into the bay. Soon, the elegant curves of the Aavak cut smoothly through the water towards the British Isles. I think that's it. I think that's the end of the Dane campaign. Wow. Ooh. I like the little stuff on the map there. Do we... Oh, we actually get to sail our ship ourselves. Oh, that's fantastic. I like that a lot. Your homestead, a small village on the coast of a bay. And over here, beach village, Scarborough. Idyllic beach village, near monastery. 2 days, 3 hours. Okay. Right. So, the 27th of April, year 789. And the 19th of September, year 789. So we haven't got a full year. The clan will be at school, Skullcleaver's Mercy. You must return Skirn for harvest before this date. Otherwise, you will not be able to participate at the Alfang, and your clan will be at school, Skullcleaver's Mercy. Okay, so we have got a time limit. Very well. Well, I think that's where we're going to end this episode. A bit of an emotional one for some of our herdsmen. Bit of an exciting one for the rest. I'm looking forward to finding out what the British Isles have in store for us. But that is going to be it from me. I do hope you enjoyed and will be joining me for the next episode. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.